Hello and welcome to the channel. Earlier today I told you that the final answer key for UGC Net June 2020 has been released. But now there's a new update coming up. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon so that you get all the latest notifications. So let me share my screen to show you what the latest notification is. So if you move on to the same website, that is ugcnet.nca.nic.in, and scroll down, you will see two new notifications that have come up here. One says UGC Net June 2020 cutoff percentile subject. The other says UGC Net June 2020 cutoff percent subject. Now percent is for all those papers that were conducted in only one shift, and percentile is for papers that were conducted in two shifts. So let me show that to you in detail. If you click on this one, that is UGC Net June 2020 cutoff of percent subjects, right? So you can see category wise cutoff. So for each subject, based on the category that you had selected when you had filled in your application form, check for that particular category and cutoff mark. This is your percentage, right? So if you are an economics student from the unreserved category, and if you got your mark or your percentage, your final percentage above 62.67%, then you are eligible for assistant professor. And if you had applied for both GRF and assistant professor, then if you had got your mark, your final percentage above 70, then you are eligible for both GRF and assistant professor. If you had applied for both GRF and assistant professorship and still your cutoff is say above 62, your cutoff percentage is above 62.67 but less than 70. Say you have got your percentage somewhere between 64 or 65 and applied for both GRF and assistant professorship. In that case, you will be eligible for only assistant professorship and not GRF, because for GRF you should have a percentage cutoff more than 70 for economics paper. So if you see, I personally teach home science subject, and it's also paper 1 for everyone. So if you are interested in learning the full course for paper 1 and paper 2 home science, you can leave your email ID below in the comment section along with your name, and we will get back to you with the entire details. So actually moving on to home science, that is paper with subject code 12. So if you see, the subject code is given here, home science subject is given here. Category wise, you can check based on the category on which you had applied. The cutoff percent for home science for unreserved category is 62%, and 309 students out of all the students who have applied are eligible for only assistant professorship. And the cutoff percentage for home science paper for GRF and assistant professorship is 70.67. In all the students who have applied, out of all of them, 27 students have been eligible for GRF and assistant professorship. Now, because your final answer has been released and your cutoff percentage has also been released, you can expect your results to come out very, very soon. And in fact, you can actually calculate your results based on this. Your certificate will also come out very, very soon. Don't worry about that. So, if you have calculated your percentage based on the final answer that was released earlier this morning, and then you will get to know what your final percentage is. So based on that percentage, if you have a percentage above 62 for home science, then you are eligible for only assistant professorship. If your percentage is above 70.67, and if you had applied for both GRF and assistant professorship, then you were eligible for both GRF and assistant professorship. Now, if you remember, I was telling you there's another notification that is for percentile subjects. Now, when the date for exam had been released and the shifts were also being released, you might have seen that for 3 particular subjects, that is for subject code 8 of commerce, subject code 20 for Hindi, and subject code 30 for English. Now, for these 3 papers, that is commerce, Hindi, and English, the same exam was conducted in 2 different shifts with 2 different question papers in both the shifts, that is morning and evening shift of the same day. These 3 subjects were conducted. Now, because they had 2 different question papers, they cannot release out a final percentage, because the percentage for both the papers will be different because the questions itself were different, right? So, the final answer key also you have to check for these 3 papers based on the question ID. So, the question ID will be different for people who had written it in the morning shift and people who had attempted the exam in the evening shift. So, for these 3 subjects alone, if you see here, it does not say cutoff percentage, it says cutoff percentile. So, based on that percentile, and based on the category that you had applied for, The percentile is what you have to check if you are eligible or not for these three subjects alone. For the rest of the subjects, that is for all the other subjects other than commerce, Hindi and English, you can check out the cutoff percentage for assistant professorship alone and JRF and assistant professorship. I hope you have cleared your UGC net exam with flying colors. If not, don't worry, practice it with more strategy, more determination in the next exam, and I'm sure you will clear it. All the best for your results, and if your percentage is above the cutoff, you have already cleared your exams and your certificates will come up really, really soon.